So the guy pulled me aside and he said, "Excuse me, did I do anything? Did we do anything? Why did she have to leave?" I said, "It's nothing that you guys did." He was like, "But it's so weird. Like, what happened? Just middle of the flight and she just leaves?" I said, "And don't be coming on the plane with your bathing suit on, okay? Especially you guys that go to Miami. Don't do it. Do not do that. Because you have kids on board. When you leave the beach, you leave the swimsuit at the beach. When you get in public, you dress like you're in public and around other people, okay? Nobody wants to see all of your business." So yesterday was a hot mess, guys. I will tell you guys, it was crazy. So before we get into the video, I want to let you guys know that we're going to be opening up an envelope that I got from a passenger on the plane. I have no idea what's in this envelope, but I'm excited to open it up with you guys. Hopefully it's nothing explosive. No, they got through TSA, so it couldn't have been an explosive. So I think I'm good there. But it was a envelope, a white envelope, and I promise I will open it with you guys. I thought about opening it up on the plane, but I was like, you know what? I want to open it with my subscribers. All right. So if you haven't subscribed yet, this is the update on the channel. I've been begging you guys for 1,000 subscribers from the beginning of this year, and guys, we are really, really close. We're about 20 people from hitting our goal. So if you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, join the group. We're lovely, amazing crew members on here, and we will love to have you. And we celebrate every single subscriber, okay? So if you subscribe today, there's gonna be a happy dance done for you in the next video, okay? All right, so without further ado, let's discuss every single thing that went down on that crazy trip that I just came from. All right, let's get into the video. Morning, guys. So this is my hotel that I got stuck at. Not a bad place to be stuck. I want to tell you guys about my day. My room is a little messy, but there we go. And I'm gonna sit out on this balcony to do my makeup, and hopefully I'm able to do it in like 20 minutes because that's all the time I have to film for you guys and tell you my crazy days. All right, guys, I'm gonna sit down now and set this up and film.
The USA Today says flight status 1,370 cancellations Thursday due to weather.
Wow. That's crazy. A lot of cancellation.
Memorial Day.
Everyone's canceled everywhere in the world. Well, everyone's going to Florida.
Plans, huh?
Yep, plans have been changed. And guys, life of a flight attendant.
Good morning, guys. I have missed you guys so much, and I am back this morning. Unfortunately, I only have about 20 minutes to go ahead and do my makeup very quickly because I have to be downstairs to catch the van. Yesterday was a hot mess, guys. I will tell you guys, it was crazy. So I woke up yesterday morning, obviously, and thank God, headed to the airport. And when I got to the airport, everything looked smooth.
First flight was not on time.
And that was because we had some issues with cleaning the airplane. Also, we had FAA on board to do some checks with us. So we did all of that, and that was great and everything. But what ended up happening was we had another crew member unfortunately didn't make it to the flight, but however that was covered. We had a reserve come in and that got covered, so everything wasn't going perfectly okay, but it was at least tolerable in the beginning of the trip. So our captain showed up and we flew from Atlanta. We went to Fort Lauderdale. So from Fort Lauderdale we flew to Trenton, which was our next destination. So while in Fort Lauderdale, the captain said, "Hey, we're heading to Trenton, but there is a storm on our way back. So we're gonna try to beat the storm, get into Trenton, and like hurry and come back to Fort Lauderdale so that we don't hit the storm." So we're all like, okay, let's do this very quickly. Let's get everybody on board and let's go to Trenton. So we got to Trenton, and Trenton was a hot mess. Once we got there, the captain said, well, unfortunately, I'm looking at my time here, guys. Once we got to Trenton, the captain said, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to beat the storm. You know, the storm is actually heading our way. So what we're going to do is we're just going to try to go. But if we don't make it, then we just don't. Then air traffic control is going to reroute us. And our alternate is PBI, West Palm Beach. So I alerted the crew. I said, because I was the A flight attendant, obviously the day that I choose to be the A is the day all the shit show happens. Always, always, always. So I was the A flight attendant on the flight. When the captain told me what the deal was, I went ahead and I announced to my crew. I said, hey guys, we're not going to be able to beat the weather to Fort Lauderdale, but we're going to go and just wait for instructions from air traffic control. So we start boarding the plane. Everybody's coming on board, and we had this like group of girls come on board, and they said, hey, thank you so much for getting us there. We've been trying to get to Fort Lauderdale since 5 o'clock this morning, and we got there, it was like I think 3 or 4 o'clock in the evening. So I was like, oh, well, we're here. Hopefully, you know, we can get you to your destination, knowing that that was probably not a possibility, but I wasn't 100% sure that we weren't gonna make it there, you know, because the captain said we're gonna do our best. We always try to do our best. So I'm welcoming everyone on board, and this girl comes on board. She looked a little crazy, and in a sense where she was dressed very provocatively. You know, which is not a crime. You can dress however you want, girl power, but this is obviously not going to be my best makeup tutorial, but I have to go. Like I said, I really am pressed with time. Okay, so this girl comes on board dressed provocatively, and I'm thinking, is she all right? And not because she's dressed provocatively. Obviously, you can wear whatever you want within reason on the plane. And don't be coming on the plane with your bathing suit on, okay? Especially you guys that go to Miami, don't do it. Do not do that, because you have kids on board. When you leave the beach, you leave the swimsuit at the beach. When you get in public, you dress like you're in public and around other people, okay? Nobody wants to see all of your business. So, but this girl wasn't wearing a swimsuit. She was just wearing something that had all of her boobs out, and under the dress you could probably see her bare bottoms. So she comes on board, and as she's coming on board, she's kind of like stumbling. So we in Trenton, we don't have like the jet bridge because it's very small. It's a smaller airport, so you have like a little ramp thing and the air stairs. So she came up with through the ramp area. I'll show you guys in the video. I'll insert it. There's a little metal that they put for a bridge between the plane and the air ramp. So instead of her rolling her suitcase over that little bridge, she rolls it on the side of it, where her bag gets caught between the plane and the actual air ramp. And I'm like, ma'am, roll your bag up top, And she just keeps like, she just keeps staring at me like something's going on with her. So I was like, okay, ma'am, can you roll your bag this way? And, you know, that would be easier for you. And, you know, she yanked her bag, and she yanked the bag. So, whatever. So I was like, your choice, mom, you know, not mine. So she gets on the plane, proceeds not to sit in her assigned seat. Oh, and then before then, they brought another lady on the plane who was in a wheelchair. She was in 31, didn't pick her seat. But she said, I don't want to sit back there. So I asked the kid, is the plane full? And he was like, no, not really. So I was just like, you know what? I'll find another seat and I'll re-seat her. Because I just did not want drama. I've had 27 days off. I just gone back to work. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with all these drama today. And I'm just going to try to make sure everyone is drama-free. So that lady sits down. That was the first lady on that plane. And then the second lady was the one who like yanked her bag. So she comes on board. Instead of, I didn't know what her seat number was. So she just sat in whatever seat she felt comfortable in. So she sits in this seat, and we're boarding. Majority of the passengers were really nice. So when everyone sat down, this family was the last family coming on board. So I was asking them because I wanted to make sure that the lady that I read at wasn't sitting in somebody else's seat. So I asked them, I said, is anyone coming behind you? And they were like, no, I think we're the last people on the plane. So I was like, okay, great. So then as our girl goes and sits down, I'm just going to put some Vaseline on my lips to moisturize it a little bit. When our girl sits down, it's hilarious. So she sits down in this family seat, and I didn't know. When the family showed up, they were just standing there, and I was like, is everything okay? Are you guys okay? So the family's like, yeah, we're just trying to figure stuff out. So I still didn't know that she was sitting in their seat. So I'm like, okay, I'll stay out of it because it's a family. I don't want to crowd the place, and they're trying to sort themselves out with their baby and all that stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna make this larger than life. So the family, I guess, is telling her, get out of our seat, and she's sitting there. So she's like, I don't know. So the family eventually got her to get up from their seat, and then she came up to the front. So she was talking to the other flight attendant. She told the flight attendant that she has had, I don't want to say exactly what she had, but she just spilled it out that she had been hurt by men and stuff like this. So she didn't feel comfortable sitting in between two men. When the flight attendant told me, I was like, no problem. You don't have to tell her what happened to you and all that stuff. That's your private business. We are going to make sure that we reseat you. So she said, yeah, I don't feel comfortable, and my seat is closer by two men. So I said, not a problem, man. We'll fix it. So we go back on the plane to find a seat. And then you have this family who purchased a seat for, I guess, somebody in their party that did not show up. And the flight attendant tried to reseat this lady in that seat, and they're like, no, we paid for this seat and blah, blah, blah. But the flight attendant's new, so she doesn't know that we can sit somebody there if your party didn't show up. You don't own the seat. So if somebody needs to sit there, we can sit them there. Now, if you do purchase a seat purposely just for you to have a seat in between and your name are on both tickets, that's a different story. We're not going to take your seat away from you. But if somebody purchased it and it didn't show up and we need someone to sit there, obviously we're going to have someone seated there. But the flight attendant was like, okay, this family said they didn't want someone to sit there, so I'm going to go sit this lady in the exit row. So me and the gate agent, because I think the gate agent said that he looked at her, and me and the gate agent looked at each other, and I said, are you willing and able to assist in an event of an emergency? Because she's going to sit you in an emergency exit. And she just looked at me like, why? I said, because that's the seat that's there. But we just want to know that you are willing and able to assist in an emergency. She said, I just want to go see my son. And I was like, yeah, but are you willing and able to assist in an event of an emergency? And she just looked at me like, well, I don't want to, but I guess. I said, no, ma'am. It's not, I guess. It's not a I guess situation. I don't have my powder, so I'm just going to use this in between, in place of that. So she said, I guess. So she said, I'm just trying to make your job easier. And I said, ma'am, I understand, but what would make my job harder is if you sit in that exit row, and in an event of an emergency, you're a liability. So we just want to make sure that you are an asset to the exit row and that you're able and willing to assist if we need somebody to. She said, oh, well, I really don't want to, but I guess I will. So I was not comfortable with that statement. I said, plus what I have seen from the lady, she did not look all the way there. So I told the flight attendant, I was like, I don't know how I feel about it, but it's up to you. So the flight attendant took her back there. But the flight attendant was new, so I was like, I don't know. I don't want to overstep because that's her exit row. However, I have interacted with this lady more, and I know that this lady is not willing and able. I don't feel comfortable. She's not a candidate for the exit row. So I told the flight attendant, I said, let's just try to find her a different seat, that's between two women, because she doesn't want to be next to men. So the pilot comes outside and he's like, what's going on? I said, oh, sorry. I was about to let you know that, we're having a situation with a lady who says she doesn't feel comfortable sitting next to two men. He goes, is it just those two men or all men? I said, I think it's all men because she just met those two men and she really doesn't know anything about those two men. So I think it's all men. So he's like, okay, well, you know, you guys got it under control. I said, yeah, we're handling the situation. Oh, it's almost time for me to go. I might have to finish the story later. So when the flight attendant goes back there to re-seat the lady, she said, oh, I have to sit by a window seat now. At this point, the flight attendant was just over it. And she was like, yes, ma'am, you have to sit by the window seat. We have to close the doors because we have to go. Like, we're against storm here. We're trying to beat the storm so that we can get you to your destination. And all you want to do is argue. So we're like, we are trying our best to accommodate you and put you somewhere else because you don't feel comfortable, which we understand. But, I mean, you have to work with us now. Like, come on, take a seat. So the flight attendant tells her, yes, ma'am, you just have to sit down now because we have to close the door. We have to go. You were seated between two women. You're by the window. It's a good seat. Just, you know, relax. So she takes her seat and she said she was going to call the company and complain and blah, blah, blah. So we're like, yeah, when we get there, you complain. You're just one person. We have, I don't know how many other people on this plane that need to get to their destination. We can't be arguing with you, like just you. So then she sits down, finally, and we get up in the air and we're going and we're going and we're going. This lady, another lady comes up to me. She said, well, I need a mask. And I said, man, mask is optional. So the company have, you know, didn't give us masks, but only asked the other flight attendant because she was wearing masks. I was like, do you have another mask? So the flight attendant's like, cool. Flight attendant goes in the back to get this lady a mask. She said, I want 2 masks. And I'm like, ma'am, I don't think you're going to get 2 masks. She's already on limited supply and she's giving you a 1 mask. So please accept this one and let's move on. So the flight attendant gives her the 1 mask and she said, this guy keeps coughing. She was sitting between 2 men too. This guy keeps coughing and I don't know how I feel about this. And he just keeps coughing and coughing. So I said, okay, ma'am, let me see what I can do and get you a different seat. Like, it was so ridiculous on this flight. It was a like full flight. Like, it didn't have a lot of seats on it, so there wasn't a lot of options. I go and I see the seat right next to this family with the family that purchased the seat, and they said they didn't want anyone else to sit there because they purchased the seat, but that person didn't show up. So I called the lady and I said, ma'am, you know, you can sit right there. And there's an open seat on the plane. There's not a lot of open seats on the plane. So I told her, ma'am, you can sit right here. So the son says, why? I said, because I said she can sit here. So I was just over the entire thing now. He's like, why? I said, because I said she can sit here. And he's like, but why though? I said, because I am instructing her, she needs another seat. I'm instructing her to sit in this open seat. That's why she's sitting here. And then he rephrased the question. He's like, okay, so what if I purchased a seat for somebody and they didn't show up? Do I get to keep the seat? I said, no. No, my company reserves the right to reassign the seat. If somebody doesn't show up, they forfeit this seat. Now, he said, well, what if I want a seat just between me and somebody? I don't want anyone to sit in the middle of the seat. I said, well, you can purchase the seat for that situation. You will have to put your name on both tickets and purchase the seat and let us know that that's what you want. And then no one would take your seat. So he goes, oh, okay. Thank you so much for answering my question. He goes, best flight attendant ever. You've been amazing on this flight with all the craziness going on. I was like, I wouldn't say that, but thank you. So I walked away and I sat the lady down. So then the 2 guys that the lady didn't want to sit next to because she said one was coughing, it was dry on the plane. I was coughing. I was like, this lady's crazy. So the guy pulled me aside and he said, excuse me, did I do anything? Did we do anything? Why did she have to leave? I said, it's nothing that you guys did. He was like, but it's so weird. Like, what happened? Just middle of the flight and she just leaves? I said, she does not feel comfortable. I think she said somebody coughed around here. He was like, I coughed, but it was one time and I coughed into my shirt. And it was like, you don't have to justify to me. You didn't do anything wrong. Like, I've coughed on this plane. So I made jokes about it so that he wouldn't feel like bad. So I walked away. And in the middle of the flight, I was like, are you still coughing? He was like, I know, right? If it wasn't me, it was going to be you. It had to be somebody. So I was like, yeah, I'm rushing this now. I'm in a hurry, guys. All right, so mid-flight, I called the captain and asked him what was going on because we were holding after he made the announcement. He said, I'm looking for my other lipstick. I can't find it, the one that I actually want to wear. I can't find my lipstick. But this is a lip gloss from my company. I can't find my lipstick. It's somewhere in my bag. I've already packed it, so I'm just gonna wear the lip gloss. This lip gloss is amazing. You guys should check it out. I'll leave the link down below in the description box if you want this lip gloss. Like, everybody loves it. Alright guys, so this is just the lip gloss. No lipstick, nothing, just lip gloss. It's a very glossy lip gloss and it doesn't smudge, so it's really good. So this is from my company. If you are a beginner, this is really good for you. Alright, I have to go now, guys. But we will talk when I get to my car in Atlanta. Hold tight and I will be right back. Hey guys, so we're finally leaving the hotel and we will be heading to Atlanta on Southwest. All right guys, I am a woman of my word. I promised you guys that we were gonna be nosy together and open this envelope together that we got from a passenger. It says flight crew on it. I know it reads backwards in the camera, but I am excited. Let's open this. Oh, it's a card. That is so beautiful. Oh my goodness, we have the best passengers. This is so lovely. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. And look, it's not just a really lovely note. It also came with a Starbucks gift card. A Bucks gift card. $5 Starbucks gift card. The dollar amount doesn't even matter. The best thing about this card is the thought that went into it. And then she wrote a handwritten note to the crew. This is so beautiful. She gifted it to every single crew member. And this was so amazing. So we're going to read this note. And I'm going to try not to cry because this is super, super beautiful. I have had passengers do a lot of amazing things. And this is one of my favorites. It goes, to a great flight crew member, we wanted to take a moment to thank you for the incredible work you do looking out for us in the sky. Oh, this is so beautiful, guys. We know how difficult your job is, so know you are very appreciated. This is fantastic. Now, when you come on a plane, this is how you come on a plane, okay? Guys, take note. This is how you come on a plane. This is so beautiful. And she didn't even have to include a gift card. But this is the most expensive gift card in my heart that I've ever gotten from a stranger. This is beautiful. A lady and a husband, his name is David. And I don't want to say her name because that would give away exactly who they are. But this is really amazing. And David and your wife, you guys are rock stars. We appreciate you. We at the airline and your flight crew, we genuinely appreciate you and we're very thankful. These are the kind of things that make my job so much more fulfilling, when I'm able to make people feel this way and also be appreciated for it. All right. So my day was a difficult day. However, I had some really amazing passengers. Judging from this note, you know, I know that my kindness, even though I was under stress and people being angry at me for the storm that I didn't cause, then you meet people like this that brings everything back to reality and said, idiots are not the only people that exist. You know, you have good people that still fly planes, good people that are in your neighborhood, good people. Just look around. You'll find people like this. You'll find people like this. The world is not a completely terrible place because of people like you. All right. So guys, what's going on with the channel? All right. So I've been taking breaks here and there, but I am back. I've been doing some, oh no, I can't talk about that. But let's go. I have been doing some stuff with YouTube, outside of YouTube, but I am going to be focusing solely now on this channel moving forward, because we are very close. We're about, let's say, give or take 20 people away from reaching our goal of 1,000 subscribers. So if you are watching this video now and you're here for the tea and everything in between, and you love my personality, I know you have a fantastic personality as well, and you would love to be a part of our fabulous crew that we have going on here on this channel. We enjoy travel, we enjoy teaching each other, we learn from each other as well. We will love to have you. Click that subscribe button, go ahead, smash it, join the crew. Let me tell you, the easiest way to join this crew is to hit that red button right there. Do it right now. We need to hit 1,000 subscribers, and we can get that done this week. All right, I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to talk to you in the next video. Mwah.